passively. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Execute Podcast. I am your host, Herman Dulcie, aka the Haitian CEO. And on today's episode, we are live in Atlanta. Flew out to Atlanta because, listen, I heard rumors. The streets was talking, the gram was talking, the internet was talking. It is possible to make $200 a day. It is possible to make $2,000 a month passively in like 15, 20 minutes. I'm calling cap at the beginning of this episode, so we're going to see what's going on. On today's episode, we got my guy, Terry Otter. Yeah. I'm going to make sure I didn't mess up your last name. Stock Trade T. Welcome to the podcast. I appreciate you coming in, my guy. It means a lot to me. Let's get right into it, right? Yeah. And then we're going to get into the background story, right? Yeah. Because my job on the Execute Podcast, because there's a bunch of executors listening to the podcast, is to find out the fluff, find out the cap. We got to sift through it, man. Like, if it was so easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? Yeah, facts. So talk to the people about, we did breakfast, we did a little brunch before, and he was like, Herm, my mentees on the low, they doing $200 a day. We're going to talk on it. We're going to do a mastermind today. We're going to talk about how they doing that.
Let's get it.
And you said your folks are trading futures.
Futures, yeah, that's a fact.
So real quick, how is that possible? When did you get into this? Let's talk about how is that possible. How's that $200 a day? Yeah. Times how many trading days? 20 days in a month for you?
20 days in a month.
20 days in a month for you, right? So that's what, $2,000 a month?
Two times two, that's like $4K.
$4K a month, excuse me. Listen, man, I'm a college dropout. I'm kidding. $4K a month, passively. Correct. How is that possible? What strategy are you teaching them for them to do that? That's nuts.
So I'm teaching an opening range break. So it's very simple. So the
open range rate.
Opening range break.
Open range break. Listen, man, this is we here with it. You gotta teach my folks, like, because now you're talking Chinese, right?
I got you.
All right, go ahead.
So look, I teach beginners anyway, so my communication skills is pretty good. So the opening range break basically is this: I trade on a 15-minute time frame, and people don't understand that a 15-minute time frame basically represents when a candle opens and closes. So you can trade on any time frame you want, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It just basically the time frame is based upon when the candle opens and closes. So usually on the Nasdaq, I back tested this 100 times each year. So I haven't tested it this year, obviously, because it hasn't been 100 days. We're walking into the new year. But basically back testing this on each year, the opening range break, meaning I mark the high of the first 15-minute candle and the low of the first 15-minute candle. And then I wait until 9:45 because the market opens up at 9:30. So I wait the first 15 minutes for that first candle to form.
You watch it.
Right. And then the next candle that opens, I wait until it breaks that range. So if it doesn't break that range in the next candle, then the next 15 minutes I'll wait. But whichever time frame that it breaks that range is when I take my entry. So when I take my entry, let's say the candle was at $100, right? My expectation for it to move a minimum of $10 because the Nasdaq pays you $20 per dollar movement. So every time the Nasdaq moves $1, it gives you $20.
Up or down?
Up or down.
Okay.
And on average, the movement is $10 when it breaks that range. So $20 times $10 is $200.
That's it. And
Yes,
you teach your mentees that simple strategy, and they do it over and over again.
84% of the time.
84% of the time. That's crazy. $200 a day will change a lot of people's lives, bro.
$50K a year?
$50K a year, passively. And how much time does that take?
Usually under an hour. I'm not in the market past noon.
You're not in the market past noon? This is crazy. Yeah. All right. Stock Trader T, let's get a little background. Let's follow, because everybody, I want them to Google you. I want them to get on your gram. We're going to put his Instagram. We got to do a little research. We got to see what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
How long have you been in this game? How long have you been doing this?
5 years, bro.
5 years.
This is my 5th year.
This is your 5th year. Congratulations doing it.
Thank you.
How'd you get here?
Bro, so honestly, I started long-term investing. And I flipped my portfolio to $30,000. The way I flipped my portfolio to I wasn't trading. I was only long-term investment. So the way I flipped my portfolio to $30,000 was I was just buying my stocks around Bitcoin. So I was buying like Mara, Riot, and at the time Bitcoin was exploding. So the stocks around it was exploding. So next thing you know, my account went up to $30,000, and I was like, yo, okay. My investments was solid. So one time I was on the beach. I was in Fort Lauderdale, and I met with this gentleman. And I was at the bar and I said, yo, I just made $7,000 long term. In a day, $7,000 long term is a lot. I mean, $7,000 is a lot in general. And I'm like, yo, drinks on me. And the guy was like, oh, do you trade? And I was like, I got a long term invest. What's trading? And he was like, do you options trade? And I was like, nah, what's that? And then he was like, that's $7,000. Could have been $700,000.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
Wait, that's the difference if you doing futures?
Because here's the thing, when you do an option trade, you're basically putting a deposit down, or you have 100 shares in a contract, versus me actually buying a long-term stock. So on an option contract, something can move $1, and then with it moving $1, I can make $50 to $100, depending on whatever the delta is. The delta is basically your risk to reward.
Right.
$1 in a long-term investment is just $1. So it's more risky, but it's still trading terms.
That's nasty. So go ahead, finish. He said it could have been 700.
Yeah, it could have been 700,000. So I'm like, yo, okay, what's trading? So next thing you know, I got introduced to trading. I was in trucking at the time. I was still working at my job, still working at my 9 to 5, but I had some passive income. So I'm like, all right, let me get introduced to trading. At the time, my mentor had somebody who traded that lived in my city, which is Columbus, Ohio, and he lived there. And I left work one day. He said we can meet up. It was 8 p.m. Pulled up to him. He lived in the hood. When I tell you he lived in the hood, he lived in the hood. I'm like, there's no way this dude's making $5K a day. I'm like, there's no way he's making $5K a day. Like, he's lying. So, you know, me being the person that I am, I kind of called him out. I'm like, yo, why do you dress like that? And, you know, if you're making $5K a day. So he walked me outside. And he said, you see this? We call them half a doubles where I'm at, or duplexes.
Duplexes, yeah.
He said, you see this crib, this crib, this crib, this crib. I said, yeah. He said, I own all those cribs. He said, I own my whole block from trading. He said, and my family lives in there and they're on Section 8 and I get guaranteed money. He said, from trading. After that, I shut up.
He went and showed you the bricks.
Yeah. After that, I shut up. I said, hey, show me this. And that was it.
So this is the first gem you dropped today. He took the money from trading, because that's cash you made, right? And then he went and put it into long-term investment, actually invested in bricks and living off. Can I tell you what my mentor taught me? My mentor taught me, he was like, he's white. He's like, you want to know why y'all poor? And, you know, then I got offended.
Yeah.
Talking to him. He's like, you know why y'all poor? He's like, y'all don't know how to live off the drip. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Literally, he showed me his bank account. He was like, he did a deal, got $2 million, right? He literally 2 days later wired the $2 million and bought a hotel, right? The hotel is gonna make him about $30,000 to $40,000 a month. He was like, because he's like, what y'all would have done was you would have went on
reinvestment program.
You would have went and you would have, you know, got yourself a watch. You would have done. He's like, y'all don't know how to live off the drip. That $2 million lick, I invested into something. Now I'm making $30,000-$40,000. I'm living off the drip of the $2 million. I never forgot it.
Look, I already know what the drip is. Look, yeah. That's what I do with my stocks. I don't tell them pay me in cash. I tell them pay me in equity. It's a drip program, dividend reinvestment program. So now instead of them paying me in cash at the capital, they just pay me in equity. So they pay me in more shares.
Time out, commercial break. Hold on a second. So you're actually doing that. So break that down a little bit. So say for instance you made $10,000 this week. Tell me about this program, this living off the drip.
So when you go to long-term investments, they have they basically they have a dividend reinvestment program. So basically what happens is if they pay out revenue for you being part owner of the company, what happens is they can pay you in cash, or they can sit right here and pay you in equity, meaning they can pay you in more shares depending on how much that you have. So I always tell my students, like, you know, Beyonce, when she did the Pepsi deal, she said, pay me in equity. So why are you sitting right here wishing to take a couple of dollars out when you can sit right here and just get more shares in the company over time and own more shares of the company? So it's not like you're going to need those couple of dollars. Just have them pay you in more shares with the equity going to go up. So you're averaging in without actually having to put up more money.
Oh, wow. And then you get paid from the dividends every
quarter
or whatever.
Every quarter, semi-annually or annually.
Yeah, or just build up your portfolio in general. Now, keep it a bean, bro. Some people, and we're going to talk about the psychology of trading, some people really need the money. So when you're teaching, because I've taken a bunch of these courses, and I hear two things a lot. Don't be greedy, right? Because you'll blow your account. And number two, don't trade emotionally.
Correct.
Right? Don't trade when a lot is going on in your life. You got to chill. So people that need the money, they shouldn't be trading. You shouldn't be trading.
You shouldn't be trading. If you need it, you're going to over risk and leverage it. and you're going to eventually lose the money. Then you're going to try to recoup the money because you need the money, and you shouldn't trade. So most people that work a 9 to 5, if you're already financially stable and you just want to learn a skill to make some extra income, probably for vacation or something like that, or to invest long term, then that's fine. But if you're trading and you need the money, the chances are you're going to fail, because overall you're going to try to hit a number or a mark. And then if you don't hit that number or the mark, you're going to make irrational decisions to actually get there and end up losing it.
And then you're going to go chase it. And so this segues me into people that say that trading is gambling, because that's a gambling mentality. Like,
Correct.
yo, put 100 on black. That's the only thing I do. Like, I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. Just for shits and giggles, when I go to Vegas, I'm gonna put 100 on black. If I lose, I lose. If I don't, I don't. But there was one time, right? I put 100 on black in Vegas. That joint hit. It was 200. Easiest money I've ever made.
Yeah.
I was like, let it ride. Right? 2 turned into 4, because, just double. It got up to $800, right? I was like, all right, then. And everybody at the table like, no, keep going. I was like, no, bro. I turned 100 into 800 in like 3 minutes. Give me my bread. Now the flight here was free.
Yeah, I'm
You know what
good.
I'm saying? I'm good. But a gambler's mentality is, if I lost 100, I'm like, oh, let me go tap Mac and continue to go because I need the money. So you're saying people who need the money, right? They're trying to save themselves from something. They're not the best avatar
Don't
for
trade.
you.
Yeah, I don't want them trading at all. Or somebody that has a gambler's mindset, because it's the dopamine. It's the high of actually executing the trade. It's the high of, hey, I clicked the button, I made some money. Let me see if I can click the button again and make some money. No, you have to remove the emotion and treat it as if it's a business. I teach my students how to treat it like a paycheck. Right? At the end of the day, this is a job. This is a business. You go into your job every day and you know exactly what you need to do. Right? If I go into McDonald's and I'm flipping burgers, I know this burger is supposed to stay on here this long. I know how to get my orders out, all that. You get what I'm saying? So that's why if you go in there and you emotionally trade and it's dropping, let me try to hop in, you're going to lose. You're going outside the strategy. If you sit right here and don't follow what I told them, like the opening range break, then now you are going against the 84% opportunity of you actually being efficient of making that $200 to $2,000.
84%.
84% so far and standing. Yep.
80, bro. You just can't be saying that stuff online. 84%, bro.
84%.
Like, you've back tested this.
Yeah.
This strategy you're talking about, 84% success rate.
I created a blog in my community and post, and everybody there is gonna take it this year, and we're gonna document it throughout the whole year.
You got to document the whole process. My tagline: success has receipts.
Success has receipts.
So posting that is going to be super important. So I want to talk about your strat for a second, because trading, options, futures, crypto, whatever it is, there's a strat for everything, right? Is this the only strategy you use, or is this the strategy that you teach your mentees to get into the game, and then if they want to pivot to something else, they can?
That's exact. So that's the opening strategy that I teach. The reason why I teach it, because it's so simple, right? And once you realize that you're getting consistency by using something so simple, then you can learn more information. Then you can understand a strat setup, or you can understand support and resistance, supply and demand, price action. You can dive further into that information. But the more you know, the more complicated trading becomes. Because now you're looking at multiple confluences to say, oh, well, it didn't break out my previous candle, or it's sitting at resistance, so it might not happen. Now you're coming together in your mind and you're combating yourself. Is this the right setup or not? Versus me saying, hey, I'm going to take it if it breaks out this first 15-minute candle. So now you're psychologically arguing with yourself, is this the right setup or not? So the more you learn about trading, the more harder it becomes, in my opinion.
I've never heard anybody say that before. Like, keeping it being with me here.
Yeah.
You've built an amazing community. You are a mentor to a community right now. I want to pivot back to your mentor. Why do you think, or why did you listen to him? Why did you listen to him? Why did you go deeper with him?
I listened to him for one, he was in my city, right?
Okay.
One, he was in my city. Two, he came from a reputable person. That was my mentor in trucking. My mentor in trucking was already doing $4 million a year.
Yeesh.
Right? So it's more or less of, okay, if you're doing this and you look like me, that's another thing that's very important to me, because I'm going to be honest, when I first started trading, a lot of people was on the fence. But when I realized they look like me and they see the receipts, they're like, oh, okay, no, I can possibly do this as well. So me listening to him was, what's the worst that I have to lose, right? I can sit right here, and if this doesn't work out for me, at least I can say I tried it. I don't like living with regrets. I like, or not regrets. I don't like living with knowing what if, right? I'd rather sit right here and say, I tried it, it didn't work, I'm cool on it, versus me saying, I wonder if I would have did it. So many people that way. I got I fly into the airport pretty often, right?
Yeah.
And I got 2 previous friends that I used to work at the post office with, and we kind of started this journey together. They're at the airport. They see me flying in and out. They see me flying in and out, and they're like, man, I should have stuck to trading, because they see what I'm doing now, and it's more or less now they're wondering what would have happened if they would have stayed trading. Now they're trying to get back into it. I mean, you can, but how much money did you leave on the table? How much you got to put in 10,000 hours to be successful at something? I've done my 10,000 hours.
All right, now we're gonna get into the dark part of this journey. It's gonna get a little uncomfortable. Okay, you know my other tagline, audit your circle. So you used to work at the post office,
Correct.
airport too?
No, just the post office.
Just the post office. And you've been in this for 5 years now.
Correct.
You definitely got your 10,000 hours in. And you was telling cats back then, this is what I'm doing now. It's work. Like you were showing them like, hey guys, this is working.
They actually were options trading before me. So when cannabis started booming, they had made 19,000 on Sundial, right? It's a stock called Sundial. They made 19,000. I'm like, yo, we about to boom, 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 boom. I gave them the whole idea. They stopped picking up my calls. I used to play 2K with these guys, 8 hours a day when I was off. I used to play 2K with them. They stopped picking up my calls when I said, this is what we about to do with the stock market.
What happened? Why?
So I think when you place your dreams on somebody, sometimes they just can't fathom or see the vision. So you got to show them. I used to tell people, or compare it to this. Plies was never supposed to be a rapper. He was trying to show his brother what to say in the booth, and then he blew up off of it.
That's the story?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, what now though? Like, do they hit you up?
No, you can't call me. You can't contact me. I'm operating at a different frequency. So you access to me, you have to be in alignment with me. So no offense to them, they can join my community or we can rock out. I'll teach them the strategy, but direct access, no.
Ooh, the number change?
Every 2 years.
You know who said that to me, bro? Wallow said that to me.
Oh, I didn't see. That's dope.
Wallow showed me how to do it. Wallow, he's with Verizon. He literally goes
Me
to the
too.
Verizon app and he changes his number,
Yeah,
bro. Every such and such. He would text me from a random number, be like, yeah, this is the new number. I'm like, yo, I'm glad I made the cut. You change your number every 2 years?
Every 2 years. Yep.
I've had the same number since I was 17. No cap. I'm 44. The same number.
I bet you ignore text. I bet you sometimes read text and be like,
oh, bro. If you haven't texted me in years, I'm not responding, bro. Because they see what's going on the ground. Now they want to reach out. No. I've been trying to teach you game. That's so crazy. You change your number every 2 years.
Every 2 years. I had one of my last numbers was, I had the same 4 digits of my last number. It just switched around. And people thought it was an accident. Like, oh, I didn't get your new number. Like, no, I didn't give it to you. I try to keep it similar, but you're not. Every 2 years. I just changed my number before my birthday, and people were texting my old number like, "Hey, I went green." Okay, I was like, I was trying to tell you happy birthday.
How do you know who gets the new number? How do you make that decision?
It starts off with close friends and family, then business partners. Then after that, if I run across somebody in meaning that I meant to give my number, always like, "Oh yeah, my bad, I got a new number." Boom, boom, this. But outside of that, it's like I can rebuild my network, or I have my. But other than that, if you're not of some importance or a priority, you're not getting my number.
You consistently audit your circle. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Last Thanksgiving, it's my favorite holiday. I do a Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving Eve, right?
Hopefully I get to make the next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the text, bro. It's a lit. Like I get a spot. Drinks is on me. Shout out to Damaris. She got top shelf 1942 food on me.
Oh yeah.
I just want to build. It's my favorite holiday, right? So it gets posted on the gram. I ain't get an invite. Can I tell you how I invite people? All I do is scroll in my phone the last 30 days. If we haven't talked in the last 30 days, there's no way I can split 1942 with you.
That's a bar.
That's not crazy.
That's a bar.
I'm gonna split 42 with you.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to you in 30 days. No, that's not happening.
That's a bar. That's fact.
That's all I gotta do is scroll back 30 days. It ain't real difficult. So that's really interesting. The lack of access that people are getting to you now as they see you elevate, because you have to protect that.
Mm-hmm.
That's super important. All right. I want to talk about T, the family man, and how this success has changed you.
Ooh,
or how it hasn't changed you, or okay. I want to talk about how it's changed you, and then I want to talk about how the success has changed people around you.
Yeah, because it does that too, and I don't think people hold themselves accountable for that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You coming in hot?
Yeah, I mean, somebody said, my favorite rapper Meek said, y'all wasn't asking me for money when I was broke.
I ain't changed. You changed.
You
Yeah,
changed.
I seen that.
Why did you start asking me for capital when you see me, or start telling me about your problems when you see me on my way up?
Mm-hmm.
As if I was the way to fix what you had going on.
Right.
You know, some people feel entitled around you as if you owe them something. And some people never was in the gym with you, never took you to a game, never did anything for you, but they feel as if just because they're around, they should get a piece of the pie. And that's not.
I'm your day one though. Like, what you mean?
Nah, my day twos go harder than my day ones.
God damn it. I be trying to say that, bro.
It's
I
crazy.
made more money with my day twos than my day ones.
Bro, it's really like, so for me, my goal was to always take care of my family. That's my goal. Anybody that wants to get their money, their dream is to buy your mama a house. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Your dream is to do all these spectacular things, but nobody talks about the shift when you start getting the money, how people treat you. You know what I'm saying? If you pull up in a certain type of car, people will give you
money.
Yeah, all, you know what I'm saying? All that type of, and
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
It is, bro.
It's more or less of, hey, I'm trying to operate in my purpose by impacting people versus, and the money just comes with it, right? So a lot of people, like for example, I threw Rue Weekend at my high school. I wanted all the vendors to be former alumni because in my city, my high school has a lot of entrepreneurs. You can't tell me my dude Adrian ran them ads. Them ads was everywhere in Ohio. You can't tell me you didn't want to pull up. Bro, I had more people from out of town at my event that was in my city. I had more people from out of town that actually went to the high school due to the simple fact is I know they feel as if that they're not able to be in those type of rooms, or they're uncomfortable with being around me, or they feel like I owe them to reach back out to them to help them get to where I'm at. I don't owe anybody anything. I went to the gym. I put up my shots. I put my 10,000 hours in. I could give you the blueprint, but that doesn't mean you're going to execute.
Yeah, strangers make you rich. I never forgot that.
Facts.
Strangers never make you rich. You never, when you start a business, don't even go to friends and family first.
Can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to strangers first. That's
Discount.
super dope. Yeah. You know what? You know where I got to, bro? Because of course it's uncomfortable. And you know, we're both spiritual, we're men of God. So I get the guilt of I have to give back.
Survivor's guilt. Oh my God.
Survivor's guilt, right? Like I have to give back because you know my parents are immigrants from Haiti. I was a social worker, and I'm elevating into what God has intended for me to be. And I was in the same church, I was in the same school, I was in the same college, we was in the same place. And I'm a type person that when I'm learning it, I'm gonna put yo guys, here it is. Win, lose, or draw, though. Not everything I put cats on to is a win. But listen, what's tried and true is get your credit fixed, get some funding. Let's find out where we're going to invest. Listen, everybody might not like our president, right? But he's won a lot and he's lost a lot too, right? So he has something to teach. Walt Disney won a lot and lost a lot. And I keep telling cats, like, yeah, just because this didn't work out, we got to keep going. They get discouraged because the easy paycheck.
It's more
but me, right, the easy, as long as you get a check every Friday, every other Friday. Me, I'm at that mindset. Money comes out my account every day, literally. Apple's going to take it out every day. Netflix, Hulu, gas, electric, every day. But I only get paid twice a month. I don't want that energy.
Facts.
I got to get paid every day.
Facts.
It's got to match it. So that's how it's changed the people around you. How has your success changed you?
So I was talking to I just acquired another mentor. His name JG. Great guy. Shout out him and Kenny. He told me, he said, T, you kind of walk around with arrogance. And I was like, I can't deny that, right? But how he factored the word arrogance was a person that's confident about themselves is someone that thinks very highly of themselves. A person that's arrogant is someone that thinks even higher than someone that's confident. See, it's all about perception. So when I walk around and I sit right here and say, I don't have time to talk about Tom Brady retiring, I don't have time to talk about someone else's success, is due to the simple fact is I'm trying to get there. So some of my friends who like to watch games all the time or do these things that aren't impacting someone's life or myself, I'm not having these conversations. It's a meme on Instagram where Rick Ross picked the phone up and he like, what's up? You calling me about some money? I hope it's about some money. And it's funny, but he was dead serious.
Serious.
Because I'm in the middle of doing something, and hopefully this call is of importance. So usually if I text someone or I'm calling someone, I'm definitely, unless you not my brother or a family member, I'm always going to check up on you. It's a priority to make sure your mental is okay. But I want to be of some type of value. So if I'm reaching out to you, it's of some type of value. Rather it's a small conversation. It's me being able to build something with you. I can't just call you and gossip and you telling me about how life sucks, because energy transfers.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't get the second shift. Like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. You know what's funny? I was telling a friend of mine. Actually, I had this conversation last night. Because sometimes people ask you for money, right? They go through their hard
all
times.
the time.
All the time for you?
Yeah.
Again, it's another uncomfortable thing. You know what I started doing? I started sending people who ask me for money my mentorship link. Yeah, here it is for free. Use this discount code. No, bro, I need like 1,000. I promise you, if you watch the first 30 days of this video, you will never have to ask anybody for $1,000.
And you're not lying. I bought your stuff before.
See? I was like, I promise you'll never. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, but I need 1,000. I was like, no, you don't. I was like, you don't want it bad enough. Because I'm telling you, I'm teaching you how to go get 1,000 right now. Whether it's the bank's money, because you're coming to me, right? Like I'm the bank, right? So let me teach you how to go to the bank and ask them for $1,000, and they'll give it to you.
What a funny story about that. So funny story. And I'm a very open person. So I'm an open book. So me saying this, some people don't like to, when I want a podcast, I'm very open. So I got a brother, right? I got an older brother, and I don't really talk to my siblings. I'm the youngest out of all my siblings. My dad had 7 kids. I was
Rolling Stone.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So my brother was talking to my dad, and so, he's seen my success, and he's like, I've been trying to link up with T, boom, boom, this. So he pays for credit repair. I give him a discount, repairs credit. In the midst of his credit being repaired, he's telling my dad, like, I want to learn trading. So I invite him over at my house, give him a free session and show him the trading or whatever. And then next thing you know, he asked my dad, can he borrow some money from me? So I'm like, bro, your credit good. I can walk you into the bank. He was like, nah, I just need to hold it. I'll pay you double. So I'm like, all right, you never were interested in trading or anything like that. You were more interested in borrowing some money from me, building a relationship with him. So I let him borrow the money, pays me back, never hear from me no longer until he wants to borrow some more money again. Some people are opportunists. Some people will come around you because they want something from you, right? And I feel as if and when I told him like, hey, no, I can't give you that, I never heard from him again. So when people sit right here and we talked about people changing and things like that, if you tell someone no, that's when they show their true colors.
Yeah.
And that's very unfortunate, because at the end of the day, I'm such a genuine giving person. You reap what you sow. So I sow into a lot of people, and it comes back. I told you that when we was at breakfast. I said I've poured into so many people. I said you hit me up for this opportunity and being aligned. I'm thankful for even you giving me this platform. So it just goes to show that you have to go back to auditing your circle. You have to go back to auditing who's around you. Some people are around you and they're not around you for your benefit. They're around you for their benefit.
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I had to take 30 seconds to let you know about this amazing mentorship Bellastone Academy that we have. Listen, the guests that are on the show, they actually come to our class and teach our mentees everything about crypto, real estate, credit repair, funding your own business, setting up a trust. Listen, AI is the future, and you need a coach to teach you those things. Inside of Bellastone Academy, you have access to all these coaches, and all of our classes are live and in person, and you get the recordings of these calls. We don't meet once a week, twice a week. We meet up to 9 times a month, and I don't want you to miss a class to elevate yourself. Click the link in the YouTube description. Our classes are only $50 a month. That's only $600 a year to change your life. Let's get back to this amazing episode. I'll talk to you soon. You just said something crazy. Did you say he asked to borrow money because you was like, no, I could take you to the bank? He's like, no, I want it from you. I'll pay you back double.
Crazy.
Like he didn't hear what he didn't hear. Like the bank would have gave it to you 0% interest.
Come on now. I know how to get it.
Yeah. You know what makes me nervous about that is that when you don't want to get the money from the bank, it means you're not going to pay me back.
100. Oh my God.
That's what it means.
100%.
Like I got to take the loss, but you don't want that on your credit, or the bank might come after you. So when people do that, that's super weird. I want to rewind a little bit. You said something super important, and I don't want you guys to miss what he said. He's like, I am acquiring mentors.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a bar, and that didn't slip under the radar for me. I connect my success to Yahweh and to my mentors, right? I started acquiring mentors. Now, and I could say this with on my chest. I am college educated, Temple University. I have my master's degree, Lincoln University, right? Yeah. I'm an educated dude. When I started getting mentors, I didn't make six figures till I got a mentor. I didn't make $1 million until I got another mentor. I didn't make multi-millions until I got another mentor, and then I hired the man as my CEO. Acquiring mentors is like acquiring real estate for me because those are assets.
Correct.
I want to talk to you. I want you to talk more about mentorship and how it's changed your life and the different mentors you have, because I have a real estate mentor, I have a billionaire mentor, I have a systems mentor. Tell me about the acquisitions that you've been doing over the past years.
Yeah, so I mean, my first mentor jumping in the game was somebody in my city that was in trucking. He was doing $4 million a year. He was only 5 years older than us. It was Virgil, and he really put us in the trucking game. We started making $10,000 while I was sitting at my 9 to 5 at the post office a month. So it was like, oh, okay,
$10,000 a year or
$10,000 a month.
While you had a job?
Yeah, while I had a job.
One truck?
One
box truck or semi?
No, I was a semi with a sleeper. He had the contracts and everything. All we had to do was bring him the driver. He didn't, and he covered everything else. He took 30% of whatever the capital was. Did the deposit, payroll, everything. We didn't have to touch nothing. That was some of the easiest money I've ever made in my life.
You can't look back when you get into that. Like, oh, that's how you do it? Okay.
I was ready to expand the next day. I was about to go take out some more lines of credit. Like, oh, this is what we doing? So that was my first mentor. Then I got my second mentor in trading. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a long time with him due to the fact he passed away to COVID. Right? Yeah.
Oh, bro.
He passed away to COVID.
Right when you got into the game.
Bro, passed away to COVID, and I could have stopped right there, or I could have kept pushing. So I kept pushing. I said I was going to teach. My first community name was iRock Community. It was in his name because his name was Eric. They called him iRock. So boom, I started teaching right after that in regards to him. Next mentor was really, really pivotal was him 500, right? And it was really pivotal because not only did I learn, I made $250,000 off purchasing his course. So let's throw this out there very quickly. I told you the story at breakfast. So what happened was we had got the truck, and then we had got the course from Alice Good Energy, but then we had to get the truck, and my dude Adrian was like, bro, you gotta go buy this course. It's this guy online flexing, and he got all these blue whips. And I'm like, I'm not buying his course. Right? I'm like, I'm not buying his course. He like, nah, you got to go get it. So I'm like, all right, we're going to split it. He like, nah, I'm not paying for it. So I'm like, what? So it's a course, $3,500. I'm at my 9 to 5. We don't got the truck yet or nothing. I'm like, bro, I just gave you a band for a course. I'm not spending $3,500. So I usually pray before I do anything. So I'm like, all right, God, if this is meant to be, you want to show me some type of way. I said, he going to write me back on Instagram if it want the course. So I wrote him. This before I knew about VAs and stuff. His VA wrote me back. So I'm like, all right, he wrote me back. So then I'm like, where am I going to get this $3,500 from? Bro, I got a credit card in the mail that day. Promise you.
Look at God.
Look at God. I said, activated it. Shout out Bank of America. Bought his course. When I bought his course on a Tuesday. I had $20,000 by that Friday.
Whoa, I'm calling Cap. You got the card in the mail. $3,500. And you made $25,000 by that week.
I went and borrowed $20,000 from the bank.
What?
Because the information was in the course.
And you was able to get funded.
Bro, I got funded, and then I went and walked my guy in the bank the next day because he thought it was cap, and he got $19,000. Then we went and bought the truck for $34,000. Found a guy that we went to high school with that was a FedEx yard jockey.
Yeah.
And said, hey, we could put you over the road for more money. Put him in the truck, brought the truck, the driver, and then the guy that was in the truck introduced us to the mentor that was making $4 million a year. And then he said, yeah, you got the driver in the truck. I just want 30%. We gave him that, and it was up from there. I was like, I need more investments.
So literally a direct path from mentorship, learning how to get funding, purchasing an asset that gets cash flow. Commercial break. I always tell people this. Cash is not king. Credit is not king. Cash flow is king. Facts. Where money comes in every month, no matter what. Right? Facts. Like I love that. Like I don't mind grinding, doing a little webinar, going to get people funding. But when money comes in every single month, I ain't
Facts.
got to do nothing. That's why I'm going heavy in real estate this year. Heavy. I
Heavy.
was just on the phone with Mob. Shout out to Adrian.
Yeah.
Just on the phone with him. He's like, OG, what's your goals? I was like, more real estate.
Assets.
More assets. You know what I'm saying? I need that Section 8 hitting on the first
Yeah,
every
yeah.
month. You know what I'm saying? Live off the drip.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the mentors that you collected, man. You collecting the Avengers. This is crazy.
Yeah. So then I went and got 5. I was like, all right, I got all this information on this course. Let me start getting in these rooms. So I got start getting in the rooms, and I'm like, all right, like this is a little bit crazy. And then ever since then, I just been locked in with 5. So I took probably like a year or two off because I started mentoring. You know, I got 2 students that then did 7 figures. That's under me. You get what I'm saying?
That's
so
a badge, bro.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. So now I'm like, all right, I need to go further. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable where I'm at. So I was talking to my guy Amir, and I'm like, yo, I seen you in the 1% with 5. What's that? He's like, well, bro, you don't kind of really need it. You already got motion, but it's good for networking. So 5, he good at marketing. So he dropped a sale. I'm like, sale? I'm like, man, I'll pay for that sale. So I paid for it. And I didn't go for, what was that? I paid in January, February, March, April. I didn't go for like 4 months.
Damn.
All right. First month I went there, he scheduled the day I had a master class. I said, hey, bro, I got a master class. I can't really pay attention to what you're saying. I don't want to disrespect you, but it was at his crib. I'm like, you got a room where I could just go do this master class. And bro, I did the master class. I think I paid him, he ran a sale for like $5K. I paid him. I did the master class. He came on the master class and said, hey, whoever buys such and such, I'm going to go ahead and throw in such and such for y'all. Bro, I ran up like 8 bands. So originally what I paid him for the 1%, I made back my first day there.
He hopped on your
Because he
webinar.
hopped on a call off of love. And he leveraged his platform, and he gifted the course to the people who bought.
Your course.
Exactly. So I'm like, yo, so it's powers and network. So I was like, damn, I invested that, and I made that back the first time I linked with bro.
You said something powerful now. I like how you're transitioning. You're making it such an easy interview. The levels to the game, right?
Yeah.
Betting on yourself, investing in yourself, right? Because first you have to learn, and then you drop the L. So learn, and then you earn, right?
That's a bar.
So now you're making more money. You take that money and you continue to flip and invest it in learning into new things. And you're at a level right now, and I know you understand this because people always talk to me like, oh, how are you here? What are you doing? I'm in rooms that you're not.
Facts.
So it's not even about mentorships anymore.
Facts.
I'm just in rooms. I'm literally getting phone calls, a couple of NDA things I just can't say out loud. I'm getting a phone like, hey, Herm, we got a $30 million contract. We need you to teach funding at this upcoming situation. We'll give you 100. It's just a phone call on everything I love while I was landing here in the A. And I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, like, all right, call Damaris, set it up, right? It's just a room situation at this point. Hey, such and such dignitary is coming in. Would you like to share a box seat with him? I would love to. It's just relationship. You do good business with people. Yeah. You're respectable. You're just going to be in there. And who knows what else business comes from that. So when I, last year, one of my best achievements is I got a billionaire mentor and then went to meet with him. He taught me some stuff about taxes, which was crazy. He's like, hey, I'm buying a hotel. You want parts? So we invested into 2 hotels and was able to post that. And I remember when I posted it, I just invested. My phone went crazy. And I was like, oh, I guess that is a big deal.
Nah, congratulations.
How'd you get into that? There was not a mentorship. There was none of that. I was just in the room, right? I was networking, shaking hands, kissing babies, being respectful, right? Doing good business, have a good reputation. And I got access to that. So can we talk about the levels of access that you feel you've been getting as you've been leveling up that's not necessarily mentorship?
Yeah, so once again, being in the room. So with me being in the room at a 1%, it's all 6 to 7 figure earners. So right, with me being in that room, when I went to go throw Root Weekend, which was a financial literacy conference in my city, I didn't have trouble with finding who I wanted to put on the card. It was people calling me like, hey, I see what you're doing out there. I'm trying to pop out there and show up for you. And I had to turn people down. Like, dang. I didn't want to overflood the car or overstimulate my city with all this information. And it was so powerful because it was like I met majority of those people inside of the room, or I would go to a conference, or I built a relationship. Like I look at this stuff like it's the league. Right, entrepreneurship is the league. You got a draft when you come in, and some people go to the G League and don't make it. Yeah, and then you got people that still 5 years in, like me. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, and more or less, that's how I feel about it. And it's so many new faces and stuff coming up. That's why I'm always genuine, because you never know who's next up. You never know who's the next Brown to pop out in the league. You get what I'm saying? I'm here to mainly get in the room, network. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to build a relationship, because you know somebody that I don't know, or you know something that I don't know that I can gain just off of having a conversation with you. I say this all the time. My phone is $100 million phone. You in it, so I know. You know what I'm saying? My phone is your phone is
all
most
the contacts
important.
in there, yeah.
All the contacts that's in there. So when we talk about out in our circle, who's adding value to you inside of your phone? If they're calling you, you're probably. I was watching this reel, and the guy was like, "Who's the most famous person in your phone?" Somebody was like, "Jay-Z." I can call him right now. You get what I'm saying? And now it's like, who's the most famous person? You probably don't even realize how many numbers or people that you can actually contact directly to make a move on your behalf. That relationships are worth more than money.
All right, man. You're giving me these keywords. You said sell, right? When it comes to mentorship, right? It's getting a bad rap on social media. On JV Make Reels making fun of entrepreneurs, right? Oh, I got this course. I'm selling this course. Because they're like, the thought process is those who really made it, those who really doing it, they don't care. I'm not selling no course. Like, I'm really make $4 million a month in trucking. I don't need to teach it. I'm really rich off options. I don't need to teach it. Why do you have a mentorship? And I want to talk about your mentorship. Why did you start a mentorship if you really rich off options?
I started a mentorship to help people get out the rat race. I'm not here you don't have to buy my course. And I just publicly said a strategy that anybody can go back test and work. Yeah. But guess what? Someone doesn't know how to go back test. Someone doesn't know how to read a candle. Someone doesn't know how to do all of these things. I don't have the time to sit right here and run free webinars and things like that, because just like a job, you get paid per hour. You get paid something in return for your time. It's an exchange. So in order for someone to learn how to make $200 a day or $50,000 a year, of course you have to pay me for my time. But when someone also pays me for my time, they're paying for my relationship. You can reach out to me and contact me directly. People that then paid for my mentorship, I've prepared their credit for free, or I've connected them with somebody. Even at Real Weekend, when I offered a mentorship, everybody that paid me, that my super friends, my Avengers, came around and offered free access to their communities or other information based upon me having relationships with them. So when someone purchases a mentorship, or me, exactly, I don't look at me purchasing a mentorship. I look at me purchasing access to you. I paid $5 that money, although I was already an authority. I paid you because now I need to pick up the phone and call you. He in Africa right now. I just talked to him yesterday. I can now pick the phone up and pick your brain for an hour and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Access.
I pay for access.
This is what I'm trying to do, etc. Wallow came to my city for a fee, but that came with access to me reaching out to you, and he gave way more game than I paid him.
He killed the stage, yeah.
Yeah, so it's more or less you're giving me an opportunity to learn more and actually get access to. He plugged me with a politician in my city who told me that she would have sponsored the event and to reach out to her next year. So now I paid you X amount of dollars, and now you saving me dollars going on. So when someone pays a price, they're paying for the relationship. And if you change your perception of the relationship, always look at who you're paying and who they have access to, because that person, you might be trying to get to them.
You know what blows my mind with the shade when it comes to it, and it is what it is. So remember, I tell people I have a college education too, and I've taken mentorship, so I'm speaking from both sides. College never guaranteed me anything.
Facts.
Right? Not saying that you are guaranteeing me anything, but if you're saying, hey, whatever your course price, let's just say is $1,000, I'll show you how to make $200 a day. That's definitely worth the investment. Right?
100%.
I have $100,000 piece of paper that I can get fired from.
Ooh.
And that's what happened. I got fired from my job. I walked down the aisle without a job.
Ooh, that's
right.
That's deep.
So when I got married, literally, bro, somebody paid for the church, somebody paid for my suit, somebody paid for my wife's dress. The only thing I paid for was for the catering. It was like $6,000. Like, we were real budget. Like, her sister, my wife's sister, paid for my tuxedo because she worked at Macy's.
That's love.
You know what I'm saying? And I had a master's degree, and I had no power, right? I couldn't make myself get another job. But when I took mentorship and I learned a new skill, nobody could take it away from me. So that's why I think trading is one of the most important skills to learn, because you don't need customers.
Yeah.
You don't need to know how to market.
Yeah.
You don't need to, if you know how to make, as long as you got Wi-Fi
and a cell phone, you good.
You good. You know how to make money every single day. Another guy, I saw this reel, right? He was like, and he said something crazy, and I never forgot it. And this is why I always pay for access or mentorship, and I'm not embarrassed about it. He's like, I think he made like, let's just say he made $1 million a year, and he broke it down into how much he makes an hour. I think it's like, let's just say it's like $5,000 an hour, right? So he was like, you want me to stop making money for free to teach you how to become a millionaire for a cup of coffee? Because they'll always hit you. Can I take you out for a cup of coffee? Well, I make $5,000 an hour. The cup of coffee is probably gonna be a 2-hour conversation. I'm losing $10,000 speaking to you.
Facts.
I'm stopping what I'm doing, right?
Facts.
But you ain't got it. You ain't got systems. You ain't got employees. You don't understand that this conversation is $10,000, right? But I'm gonna give you $1 million worth of game in this $10,000 cup of coffee, but you don't want to pay it. And I never forgot it.
And that's real. It's so many people that I actually, I come across, and then I say, hey, this is what it costs. Like, I had a student that did $250,000 in 3 days from an hour class. I had over 200 people on that call. He just did $250,000 because he executed, right? So when I sit right here, and when you give game for free, how many people are really actually executing? I've given away free mentorships because, like I say, you reap what you sow. And I've given away free mentorships, and no one's done nothing with it.
Nothing with it.
So it's like,
the people that pay, bro, they pay attention.
They pay attention.
Yeah.
They pay attention. It's like, yo, I'm teaching introverts how to click a button and not deal with customer service at all. You can wake up, click a button, and go about your business. You can go work out, run, put your headphones on, anything. That's one of the things that I did. I didn't really, at a point in time in my life, in the space of my life, how do I say this? I watch how people treat people. And I think some people are just evil to other people. Ooh. And so I don't really indulge or like to conversate with somebody until I know who they really are. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So with me doing that, with me discovering trading and saying I can click a button, I didn't have to really meet new people or anything like that. It was the perfect skill set for me. It was like, I got to make this work.
You got to make it work. I got to plug in A-Mob. I got to plug in Adrian again. We just on the phone with him, bro. Again, access and relationships. So he's coming to speak at my conference next weekend in Philly. And he was like, bro, OG, I love you. Everybody in that room, I'm going to fund them $25,000. No fee. And that's crazy. I was like, why are you doing that? He's like, yo, you my folks. I was like, so I got 100 people coming. He's going to see them their first 25,000. Guess what's going to happen to A-Mob? Guess what's going to happen to him? I'm going to be like, hey guys, this is my funding plug. Y'all send him leads. Y'all going to split commissions with him. So everybody in the room going to make money now. You don't even need to know how to fund right now. Just send the leads to him and y'all split the commission, right?
You're getting paid.
Access, because they paid to be in that room. Talk to the people about your mentorship, bro, and whatnot, and we'll close out with some actual strategies that you've been using to go a little bit deeper. But what is your mentorship like? What's the price? How do people tap in? How often do they get to meet with you? The live calls. Talk to me about that strategy of having a trading mentorship.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Because a lot of people don't like pricing, right? So the easiest way to access me is to join my community. The easiest way to access me is to join we have a class every day. There's more
every day.
5
days a week.
5 days a week. 5 days a week. Sometimes 6, depending on. So, wow. And then we throw a mentorship every quarter, right? Because somebody's learning trade might be different, but they have access. You can DM me directly in school. We offer one-on-ones. We offer mentorships inside of the school community. We have module videos. It's really a school setup. So it's set up to where intro to trading, here's the information, and then we also offer live trading so we can hold your hand while we're trading. So now we're live trading. So that $200 setup, you'll know how to properly execute on it because we're entering it the same way. So a lot of times people may tell you how to do something and it might not work. But with us live trading, hey, you're not the only one taking a loss. We might be taking a loss with you. So you got to understand we believe in the strategy. And the reason why the school community is so important is because we're teaching you how to be more efficient overall. A lot of times people may tell you how to do something, but they won't show you that they're implementing it themselves. I'm implementing it on a daily basis myself. I'm taking this setup. I'm teaching you guys how to. So here, you want me to go into depth?
Please.
Pop it real quick. Yeah. All right. So listen, what you got to understand, what I'm doing is I utilize something called a prop firm. right? Because a lot of times when people pay for something, they don't have the capital to invest after that.
What is a prop firm for
A
people?
prop firm basically is a platform that allows me to trade paper money, but it allows me to withdraw real money. The only reason why it does that, this is how the platform works. A lot of people have a misunderstanding of this platform. So the prop firm that I use is Take Profit, right? I'm not vouching for any other platforms. This is the only one that I know that I done took actual money out and I abide by the rules. So basically what I do with this platform is they give you 5 days to trade. You have to hit X amount of dollars from you trading. You have to follow these rules. They have their own rules. And once you hit these on an evaluation account, they now give you a performance account. These evaluation accounts cost you like $100, right? But when they give you this performance account, a lot of other platforms will charge you to get a performance account. This one, they credit you to, they want you to get a performance account. Once you get your performance account, now you have to hit X amount of dollars before you can take a withdrawal. A lot of people say, why do I got to hit X amount of dollars? Because it's teaching you how to be disciplined. It's teaching you to say, hey, I'm taking the correct setups. I'm taking the right trades. Now, when I hit X amount of dollars, they do an 80-20 commission split. Like I just told you, a guy put up $3,500 and now he's withdrew $250,000. Right. Well,
he grew his account.
So what he did was he took the information, what I told him what to do. So what he did was he started group trading or copy trading, what they call it. So when I go in and I click the button and one account makes me $200, if I have 5 accounts, it's really making me $1,000. Trading is psychological. So if I sit right here and I look and I see that I made $1,000, I'm going to sit right here and hurry up and get out of that trade because it's like, oh, I'm up $1,000. But if I sit right here and make $200 across 5 platforms, now I technically really only made $1,000, but I didn't technically see it. So you can make $1,000 daily without having your heart beating or anything like that, because it's psychological. It's going to trigger you to see a 4 to 5 figure day versus me just seeing a couple $100. And now also it's paper money. So now my risk isn't really there, because let's just say I lose that $2,500, because I think you blow your account when you lose $2,500. Let's just say I lose $2,500. I didn't lose my own capital. I sat right here and lost my original investment up to $100-something. So now they charge you to reset your funded account. Now this is where it gets a little costly. So they charge you like $600 to reset your account, but at the same time, I can go in the next day and make X amount of dollars and now withdraw that $600. You get what I'm saying?
So it's practice.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's rewarding me for being a disciplined trader by allowing me to leverage OPM.
Other people's money.
How they make their money is a lot of traders aren't disciplined. So if you're buying 10 accounts and blowing them all, they're getting that $1,000 and some change because you're blowing these accounts. Disciplined traders are rewarded. So I'd rather sit right here. I look at it like this. If I blow 10 accounts for $100 each, that's $1,000 and some change, whatever. If I blow 10 accounts at the same time, it's only going to take me one time to pass an account and take one withdrawal of $1,000 and I'm back in the game. Versus me risking, you talking to somebody that I lost $50,000 in 2 weeks trading his real money.
Yikes.
Yeah, I was in a bad mental space and I thought trading would make me feel better. And then I ended up losing.
So you literally didn't follow your strategy?
I didn't follow my strategy. I just clicked the button, guessing, hoping. You know, I'm talking about, I seen it go up 5,000-6,000 and like that's not enough, and watch it pull back. Yeah.
You saw 5,000-6,000 and you was like, that's not enough.
Yeah, because I wasn't emotionally stable. I wasn't treating it like a business. I wasn't following my strategy. So with me losing $50,000, it's like, how do I get back in the game and become disciplined? And with me getting back in the game and becoming disciplined, I started utilizing prop firms. And with those prop firms, I treat it like a paycheck. And they're forcing me to say, hey, you can't do X amount or this account will blow. So now it's allowing me to hold myself more accountable. Less of a risk, and it's real money withdrawals.
All right, let's talk about this, right? How much is your mentorship?
My large mentorship, my school community is $99.
$99 a month.
Yeah, just $99 a month.
So if I give you $99 a month, you'll show me how to make $200 a day.
Get guaranteed.
How after I give you the $99 a month, how much do I need to come in with? What's the seed money I need to come in with?
No, you can literally buy an account for like $130.
$130 from the prop firm. And then we start growing it from there.
Yeah, it's a wrap after that. You good.
So $200, I need to come to you with $230 and discipline.
Yep.
A good mindset and you show me how to make $200 a day.
Yeah, and we live trade with you.
And you live trade, because not a lot of these cats live trade with you.
Yeah, no, we live trade with you.
So your team, we're doing this together, in and out.
Correct.
That's crazy. But it sounds like you have levels to your mentorship. Like, what's the next level?
Yeah. So the next level is 5K. But 5K. The 5K is, I should walk you through, set it up with you, and we setting it up live in the market. So it's no less of me sitting right here saying, you got to go through modules and watch school and stuff. No, we logging in.
We're doing
I'm
it
setting
right
your
now.
stuff up on Zoom. We going right into the market together. Here's the setup. Here's why I'm trading this. I'm showing you how to copy trade, connect everything, and I'm walking.
You're even showing the copy trading.
Yeah,
situation?
I'm showing all that. I'm putting everything, the schematics, the whole build out. A guy paid me. This guy named PJ. He paid me when I was in Miami, $5K. In the next 2 days that I was in Miami, he made his money back by the time I was.
Nice.
Yeah,
the ROI is crazy.
Yeah, by the time I was gone, so I know the method works.
This is crazy, man. T, I appreciate you coming on the pod, giving all this information, valuable information. Listen, his course, his links, his Instagram, all of it is going to be in the YouTube description. Please go follow. I always end the podcast the same way.
Yeah.
In 10 years, T, what does it look like?
10 years, I'm going to be somewhere in a forest with them cargo, them cargo houses.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just have a big monitor, and I'm just going to be trading. I don't even want to be on the internet, bro. I want to be at peace.
You out?
I'm out.
In the forest with one of those, the Tim Homes, like the car.
Yeah, with the big mud truck, 3-car garage.
Satellite,
all that.
And a screen, that's it.
Yeah, with
off the grid.
With some land off the grid.
Really, bro?
That's the go.
What about the kids?
Yeah, they're going to be trading too.
They're going to be traded too.
They're going to be trading too.
You're going to teach them. Are you teaching your kids? How many kids you got now?
I got 3 boys.
3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
How old are they?
12, 11, and 3.
And 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching them the skill.
Yeah, of course.
Teaching them how to fish.
Yeah.
Are you going to send them to college?
If they want to go.
If they want to go.
It's always a choice.
Yeah. I think we had to go to college, right? Because my parents didn't know any better, right?
Yeah.
I always tell people this. My parents prepared me for a world that no longer exists. My college degrees are not going to make me any money. They're just not. Yeah. Right, not the money that I can do in entrepreneurship and doing other things, understanding taxes, insurance, and investments. And It is what it is. So you have a great skill that you could teach your kids. They never have to work for anybody. If they want to go to school and learn something, you want to become a doctor, you can.
Yeah, it's up to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah. That's what options mean. Rich off options, having the option to do whatever it is I want to do.
That's dope. That's dope. You know what? Another reel. We've been talking about reels all day. The best reel I saw in 2025 is when a guy said, having money, in order to be wealthy, you have to have money and time, right? You have to have both, because people that have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of time because they're too busy working.
Yeah.
And people who have time don't necessarily have a lot of money. You have to have both, and that's the true rich.
Yep.
And I was like, that's dope as hell.
It's fire.
Rich off options. My guy, T, I appreciate you coming on to another episode of the Execute Podcast. Tap into my guy. I'll talk to you soon.
Love.
Peace.